Hi, my name is Kelsey and today we're making chicken cordon bleu.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's Basic Lab event. My name is Kelsey and today we're making chicken cordon bleu, a low carb version. So I'll show you what ingredients I have. I have about 1.5 pounds of chicken already cut, and for the chicken cordon bleu part I have ham, Swiss cheese. In here I have almond flour and grated Parmesan cheese, 2 eggs that I already whisked together. Some spices, I have oregano, basil, salt, pepper, extra virgin olive oil spray just to spray my pan here. You can also make this in the air fryer, or you could also fry it over like a skillet if you wanted to as well. Baking is the easiest way, so that's what I'm doing. And then for the sauce, I have chicken broth, heavy cream, butter, and then I have shredded Parmesan cheese. So to start, I am going to salt and pepper my chicken. This is a maintenance approved recipe. So the reason why it is maintenance is because of the almond flour, cheese, ham. So I would wait to make this recipe until you are at that stage in your program. This recipe, along with many others, all can be found on the Awake 180 website. I'm not sure if you would want to make any substitutions. You definitely could in terms of like the cheese if you wanted to. I think traditionally chicken cordon bleu is with Swiss cheese, but it's absolutely up to you if you weren't a fan. So after this, I'm going to put the ham and cheese into the chicken. Before I do that, I'm just gonna add some spices to my breading mixture here. It calls for an Italian blend seasoning, but I just did basil and oregano. You wanna be careful with any sort of blends that you might find at the grocery store for spices. It's a really easy way for sugar to be added. So I just like using them separately. So it calls for about 1/2 ounce per piece of chicken. I got about 5 slices. I'll probably do about 1/2. Maybe a little bit less for, actually, let's do that. I'm also going to secure these with toothpicks once they're all set. I would say stuff like this is always easier to either bake or do in the air fryer just because you're not moving things around as much. So I probably wouldn't recommend cooking it over the stove, but it would be a fun challenge if you decided to go that way. So definitely let me know if you make this recipe or any of our others, or if there's anything else you'd like to see made. That's also helpful to me. So now I'm just going to roll these together. Like, this is the trickiest part, just making sure everything kind of fits together. almost on my last one. This recipe start to finish, like the prep part didn't take too long, but once it's cooking, it's baked in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Then I'll make the sauce. So this should definitely be a really easy weeknight meal. And as I said, I did about 1.5 pounds, so it has about 6 servings, probably about 5 or 6 ounces per serving. Now what I'm gonna do, wash my hands first. Now what I'm going to do is dip all of the chicken into egg mixture first, then into this breading, which is just almond flour, Parmesan cheese, and spices. It's a little bit tricky doing it with things that are already kind of a wonky size, but you definitely want to make sure that the breading sticks to it so that way it's coated nicely. Sometimes with almond flour it can be a little tricky. So this is how it should look towards the end. So I'll keep repeating this and then I'll pop these in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at 350. So my chicken cordon bleu has about 9 minutes left. I'm gonna start by making the sauce. So I'm doing 1/2 cup of chicken broth as well as 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I haven't tried this with substitution, so I wouldn't try this with 1/2 and 1/2. You can and let me know how it goes, but also gonna do a stick of butter. Perfect. I'm just gonna eyeball it for the Parmesan. That looks good to me. So I'm gonna keep stirring until this is all, the cheese is melted and the butter is all melted. So I'll check back in on this in just a few. So my sauce has definitely thickened up. I added some cream cheese as well. I knew I was forgetting something. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of mustard. I don't have Dijon, so I'm gonna do some stone ground mustard. Looks awesome and smells awesome. I haven't tried it yet, but I already can tell I will be recommending this. I'm gonna take a peek at the chicken. My meat thermometer and take a look and see where the chicken is at. Looks like maybe a few more minutes. They're at like 155. Looks like one of them is ready, so I'll plate one. Awesome. So chicken cordon bleu. If you make this recipe or any others, please let us know, and can't wait to see you next time.